to Dad and Daughter Podcast. I'm Dad. How's you guys' day doing? Piggybacking right off the previous episode of two guys stealing a bag of chips because they think they can. Anyway, back-to-back episodes anyhow. Yep, as in the previous episode, in the mobile office, and working on a little something she's messing around with is the daughter of Dad and Daughter Podcast. she's just working away. But anyways, string of retail thefts, burglaries by migrants plaguing Chicago's suburb, says authorities. Yep, have fun blaming that on white people, jackasses. Ain't gonna happen. A Chicago suburb has been battered by a string of recent crimes committed by migrants who live in or near the Windy City. And it's probably the illegal migrants doing all of this shit. Oh, I don't know. Let's go to America and start stealing. Jesus. America should just start fucking shooting. See how far people get then. From October 23rd to January 17th, a total of 47 migrants were arrested in Oak Brook, Illinois, mostly for alleged property crimes, according to Brian Strakis, the chief of police for the Oak Brook Police Department. Most of the migrants who were arrested were charged with retail theft and burglary, Strakis told Fox News Digital. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The latest incident involved an Ecuadorian migrant who resides in Chicago and is accused of stealing more than $3,000 worth of merchandise from retail stores and evading immigration and customs enforcement, ICE, supervision by cutting off his electronic monitoring device. Gee, I wonder why. On January 13th, Oak Brook officers responded to a retail theft call from a local Macy's stores. Upon arrival, and after conducting an investigation into what took place, officers found that 32-year-old Jamie Ubaldo, Obando Andrade, entered the store and put on a jacket with an approximate value of $395 and left without paying for it. Following a search of his car, officers found approximately $3,000 worth of suspected stolen merchandise, as well as rolls of tinfoil, according to the press release from the office of DuPage County State's Attorney Robert Berlin. Additionally, Berlin's office noted that the officers located an ICE monitoring device that Jamie had allegedly cut off, as well as a fake Washington driver's license that featured the defendant's photograph with a different name. Like I said, probably illegal immigrants doing all this shit. They are in every other frickin' story you read. Andrade, who first appeared in court on Sunday, has been charged with 1 count of burglary, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of retail theft, a Class 3 felony. Earlier this week, it was announced that Judge Michael Burton had granted a state's motion to deny pretrial release for the defendant. Andrade is due back in court next month. This was an excellent example of solid police work and looking beyond the initial incident, Stradix said of the case involving Andrade. These retail crimes involving migrant offenders are part of a bigger criminal enterprise, and we are working closely with our federal partners to thoroughly investigate these cases. Yeah, what the hell you planning on doing with all this shit there, amigo? Yeah, now your ass is rotting in jail for your stupidity. Fucking retard. Offering praise for those who apprehended Andrade, Berlin vowed to continue efforts to protect Oak Brook businesses and said, contrary to popular belief, retail theft is not a victimless crime and has a far-reaching effect on the entire community. Well, yeah, because somebody steals something, the store's got to raise prices to cover the cost. It is very simple. If you steal in DuPage County, you will be apprehended, charged, and prosecuted, he added. The arrest of Andrade comes after several other migrants have been accused of taking part in various crimes in the Chicago suburb. Last October, 2 Venezuelan migrants, 28-year-old Luis Mendez Gomez and 23-year-old Frank Montes Davila, were arrested after they allegedly stole nearly $3,000 in high-end cosmetics from the Oak Brook Macy's store. What, are you two cross-dressers now? You have to steal makeup? You cross-dressing now? Good Lord. Yeah, well, since they're criminals, I'm going to pick on them. They're cross-dressers. After entering the store, the pair of migrants filled a bag with 16 high-end fragrances and a pair of pants, all totaling $2,832.50. The 2 men, who were said to currently live in Chicago, were observed by an Oak Brook patrol officer and later detained during a traffic stop on October 31st. Following their arrest, both men, who were charged with burglary and retail theft, were released on pretrial release after a judge denied the state's motion to hold them in jail. Bad idea. We are firm in our efforts against organized retail crime as we endlessly protect our community. We want everyone to be aware of the increase in criminal activity from the migrant community coming from Chicago. Oak Brook Deputy Chief of Police Reed, sorry I'm not going to attempt that last name, said at the time. 1 week prior to the arrest of Mendez Gomez and Montes Davila, another pair of Venezuelan migrants were arrested and subsequently charged with burglary and retail theft after they separately stole clothing items from the Macy's store. What the hell is so special about fucking Macy's? God, people. The October 23rd incident involved Abel Estava and Rafael Mata Torres. Estava, according to Fox 32, was arrested after a foot pursuit, while Torres was taken into custody by the store's loss prevention officers and Oak Brook officers. Both men were ordered not to enter another Macy's store, were later released from custody and fitted with an electronic monitoring device as a condition of their bond, the outlet noted. Despite the string of recent migrant arrests, Strakis told Fox News Digital that he doesn't believe that retailers in the area are being targeted any more than any other location. I will say that we have motivated officers that are determined to keep our community safe, and our relationships with the area loss prevention agents have never been stronger, he said. I'm thankful for the hard work of our officers to do every day. This department is extremely proactive and technology driven. The results of that policing philosophy is a lot of arrest, recovered stolen property, and many headlines which would lead you to believe we are being targeted. Oak Brook is a very safe place to live, shop, dine, and play, and we have every intention of keeping it that way. Spokespeople for the Department of Homeland Security and ICE did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment about their efforts to protect retailers and small businesses from theft by migrants, or their accounting for migrants who currently reside in the U.S. who choose to remove their monitoring devices. Several American cities have been forced to deal with the effects of the nationwide migrant crisis as thousands of migrants arrived at the southern border each day. Like I said, they're here illegally and they can do whatever they want. Just like some other people I know that's already living in the U.S. The state of Texas began flying migrants to sanctuary cities in December, with the first flight arriving in Chicago. Fox was told at the time that the first flight left El Paso on December 20th with 120 migrants on board and arrived at Chicago's O'Hare Airport later in the day. Sources in Texas. Governor Greg Abbott's office told Fox that all migrants signed voluntary waivers, as they do when bused. The decision was partially in response to Chicago's interference of the buses traveling to the sanctuary city. The city has launched lawsuits against companies transporting the migrants. Nearly 34,000 migrants have arrived in the sanctuary city of Chicago since beginning data collection, with over $165 million spent on housing and care since October 2022, according to the city. While running for office last year, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson was in full support of migrants coming to the city. Yeah, now let me guess. The mayor, in recent reports, have said, okay, this is bullshit. This is a headache. Let's get these fuckers out of here. Blah, blah, blah. Have fun cleaning that up, Mayor. Chicago is a sanctuary city. As such, we must always resist attempts to pit communities against each other and extend this sanctuary promise to everyone who needs it in our city, both longtime residents and newcomers alike, his website stated. Here's another little word of advice for you morons. How about making sure these morons are actually either documented citizens or actually become citizens first before letting them do anything? They want to come into this country all busted. They can stay busted until they're part of the country. Of course, that's just me. But my daughters are in the van now, so I got to split. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Peace.
Trying to make myself know.